Hey plant friends, welcome back to my channel, Planty Princess 92. My name is Ashley. Today I have a huge Hoya haul. I am super excited to show you guys the 12 Hoyas that I imported in today's unboxing. I was really excited to pick out these Hoyas, to get these Hoyas in. I did a lot of research on these Hoyas, like prior to ordering, as I was deciding what Hoyas I wanted to pick. There's a lot of really neat Hoyas in this box, a lot of Hoyas that you don't really hear about too much or don't see too much. A lot of nice veiny Hoyas, a lot of Hoyas that sun stress, a lot of big leaf Hoyas, just a lot of great Hoyas that I cannot wait to introduce you guys to or show you if you already are known or know about these Hoyas. So without any further ado, let's get into this box. This is another order from Asian Plant Exports or Tropics at Home. I think Asian Plant Exports. Either way, they're either affiliated or the same company. I think they're sister companies or affiliated, because I know Tropics at Home, a lot of their plants, it says sold by Asian Plant Export, so they are in some affiliation, whatever form that may be. Either way, I will leave the link, as I always do, in the description down below, so you guys can check out these Hoyas or different Hoyas, whatever you choose. They also have other plants, but I've been on like a huge Hoya kick lately. I mean, I've always liked Hoyas ever since I first got into them, but I am just on the move with Hoyas. All right, so as always, they have nice packaging, paper laying over top to just kind of keep them in place. We have some bubble wrap in this order, and then they're all individually wrapped in some paper. Okay, so now most of these Hoyas in this order are like letters and number named. So I don't know if they just don't have official names yet, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, whatever they are currently going by, that's what I will be calling them and putting on the screen for you guys to check out if you wanted to know any further information on any of the Hoyas you see today. So first up, we have the Hoya Ut073. As you can see, it is a bigger leafed Hoya. This is one that does get a little veiny and also sun stresses. So especially when it is sun stressed, the veins do pop out, as with any Hoya that sun stresses, because the plant is so red, the leaf is so red, the venations kind of white out or get that nice bright like limey green color and stick out of the red really nice. This is a really nice cutting. It has a really long active tendril with some aerial roots starting to grow out of it, which is just so awesome. And the leaves are just gorgeous. They're nice sized, and there's 2 of them, very, very healthy. Because I have 12 plants in this order, I will go through, open up all the plants, and then for anybody who wants to stick around and see how the roots are doing, we can do that at the end of the video. Normally when I order from this company, the plants aren't too rooted, at least the Hoyas anyways. So, but I've never had a problem, you know, rooting them. Every once in a while, as with anything, something always ends up dying, but not many of them dying for my last order of 12 plants. Only 1 died, so, and again, it may not even have been because of the roots. So next up, this is one that I was super excited to see because I never saw it or even like knew it existed. It's a common Hoya, but I think the variety that I got is not so common. It may even be a little bit newer to the market. So this is the Hoya Abovada, the variegated Hoya Abovada Splash. So it's not just the variegated Abovada, it's not just the splashy Abovada, it's the splashy variegated Hoya Abovada, which I thought was so gorgeous. Now, This one, as I can see, it just has like minor splashing to it, but when you give this enough light and it really gets that splashiness to it, it is so stunning. I will definitely pop up a picture of this when it is like splashed out, because you just have to see it. It is so gorgeous. So this leaf right here at the top, it has a lot of nice splashing to it. I think this is the leaf with the most splashing, but it's just a very gorgeous plant, and this is a very generous cutting actually. Like, this is huge. I think this is one of the biggest Hoya cuttings I've ever gotten from them. It's very healthy. Even looks like it has a new growth point starting at the tip right here, so that is also great. Very nice. I'm so excited, and the variegation to these two, they're just so beautiful. All right, we're gonna move on to, all right, so really quick, I didn't realize I got a couple duplicates. I didn't get many duplicates, but obviously I got a duplicate of this one. This one is another Hoya Ut073. So before we move in any further, I will just show this one. So we do have a yellowing leaf, which is totally normal during shipping, especially from another country. It's not the end of the world. What's important is that it does have two other leaves. This one up here, which is the newest leaf, because it's still not completely hardened off yet. And you can kind of even see that it's a little like tender, but very nice leaves. There's also another leaf right here that's really light green, and the growth points that were here are kind of dead, so I will just cut those off to promote new growth. But perfect. All right, so we'll move on. This is one I really wanted to see too. All these I really wanted to see, so I'm just so excited. So this is the Hoya Ut073. This one looks like it's a smaller leafed Hoya, but does have some nice venations going on. This is also a very nice cutting. Very cute. For a lot of these, I will put up a picture of what they look at their full potential, because it's hard to see, you know, through cuttings, like what a plant actually looks like. One, when it either matures, or two, when it gets enough of that light and does do that nice sun stressing color, gets that nice sun stressing color to it. So I always like to show, you know, what a plant's full potential looks like when I do unboxings, or even during a lot of my videos. Like if I don't have an example by actual plants, then I do like to provide one and show one, because, you know, I bought these plants for not what they look like, you know, right now. I bought them for what they will look like at their fullest potential. You know, of course they're gorgeous just the way they are now, but you know, they do get to look really beautiful. So this is the Hoya Erythrostema Shocking Pink. This is another one that's leaves are really gorgeous, but aside from the leaves, the blooms are so pretty on this one. But these have like a semi-thick leaf, and they do have venations that kind of protrude a bit out, which is really nice. I think that's another one that sun stresses. I think most of these are capable of sun stressing, but so this is another one I really wanted to see. This one's leaves do get a little bit bigger. Ooh, they're super big. So this is the Hoya Baliances Splash. This one doesn't seem to have much splash to it. You can kind of see it like right here on this leaf, but the leaves are so light. This is gonna kind of be hard without like bending the leaves. So again, I'm going to put a picture of this one at its full potential, but this leaf is like humongous. So gorgeous. This one also has, you know, big venations running through the whole leaves, which I thought was really beautiful. And oh, it's like broken right here at the tip, but that's okay. I'll just cut it off at the last active node, because this whole stem is still active. It's not dried up. Of course, that's okay. All right, so I have 7 out of 12 Hoyas. Just like the last order that I mentioned this, that is the only thing that I really dislike about this company is that their stuff either doesn't go out of stock properly, or I don't know what the case may be or why this happens, but I never get every plant I order. So they need to like figure that out. Again, I've never had an issue getting my money back for any plants that were missing, but it's just kind of like a pain in the butt and I hate dealing with it, but whatever. So that stings because there was still a lot of really neat plants that I wanted to get to show you guys today, and unfortunately all of them didn't come through. But the ones I have are still really nice, really neat. So, ooh, this one is even a little red. So this is one of the ones that I really wanted. So at least it came through, and it even has some sun stress to it. This is the Hoya Sp Ut223. Check out this leaf right here. I've never got a sun stressed Hoya from them before. Look at that. That is so gorgeous. So beautiful. This one's even starting to sun stress a bit. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. There is an active node right here. That is great. So out of the 7 Hoyas I got, they were all pretty healthy, all in great shape. We'll go through, kind of just check out the roots real quick, see if there's anything good going on underneath. If there's not, as usual, I will either put them in leca depending on how not rooted they actually are. If they are literally no roots, then I do keep them in wet sphagnum till they start to show any new signs of growth. And at that point, which eventually, when I feel comfortable enough that they will hold their own, I do switch them in over to semi-hydroponic in leca. If they have, you know, light roots, then I think that they'll make it and survive, like this one right here. This one will go right in leca. This is actually, I think, one of the ones, like the most rooted they've ever been, which is actually a really nice set of roots. So there's this really long root right here, a bunch of feeder roots on it. So that's actually a great set of roots. I am definitely happy about that. Got the roots on the Erythrostema, shocking pink. Let's check this out. So now, like, this is one that I would definitely put back in sphagnum because there's absolutely literally like no roots on there. It is a healthy cutting, so that's good. Maybe they just like propagated it and just started the rooting process, who knows. But it's healthy, so I'll definitely be putting that right into some wet sphagnum to keep it healthy, to get that rooting process started. And then it's very important for most plants, but I've noticed like for Hoyas to keep it moist, but not like to the point where it's like going to rot the stem, because just recently I've like kind of figured out the balance for rooting stuff in sphagnum. Any other time I tried it would like completely rot the stem because I would keep it way too wet. So you have to keep it wet, let it dry out like a tiny bit, and then like re-keep it wet. So this one doesn't have much. It does have a little bit down here at the bottom. So I probably will just put this one in leca because it has a lot of stem as well and a little bit of a root started up here. And I think it would do fine going right into leca. Also, it has a really long root right up here that I just noticed. So, and two, if I notice any of these start to decline, like as I'm rooting them in leca, I do keep a very close eye on this process, and I pull them out at the first sign of declining. The first like really big noticeable sign of declining, because obviously when you're acclimating plants and stuff like that, you do have some you know, damage, or some that kind of just die or like look like they're dying, yellowing, flimsy, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, if it's just minimal, well then I leave them, but if it really looks like it's starting to go, I act right away. This is actually another really healthy root system right here on the Baliances splash, I believe. Yep. So this one will go right in leca. Then we have the one and only Hoya Abavado, variegated Hoya Abavado splash. Let's see what's going on under here. So actually with this order, I'm actually very impressed with the size of some of these cuttings. So far, anytime I've ordered from this company, maybe one other time, I think the Siligamiana that I got was actually a pretty decent sized cutting, but most of them are normally just like 2 or 3 leaves, mostly 2 leaves. So I got a bunch that were actually really nicely rooted and had a bunch of leaves rather than just like 2 or 3. This is another one that has really nice roots. So this one's ready for leca. Oh, it's a shame that I'm missing plants, because if it wasn't for like missing plants, this order would have been so perfect. But of course, you know, something always has to happen, but I'd rather be missing plants than like plants be dead. Let me like knock on wood before my next order comes through completely mushy. Okay, so we got the Hoya Sp Ut033. This is what the last 2 are. I wanted to get 2 of these because I really, really loved the way they looked when they were sun-stressed. Oh, this one actually has a few roots going on too. Nice. So this one will go in leca as well. I think I only have 1 so far that I'm going to be putting in sphagnum, which is the Erythrostema shocking pink, because there was like no roots on the stem. So, oh, and this one, the UT073, but I'm going to put it in leca because it doesn't have much, but it does have enough that I think it will be fine in leca. Anyways, back to the last UT033. Oh, we lost a leaf, which is fine. It was going to go anyways. And we got a little bit along the whole stem, definitely some right at the bottom there, so that's definitely good. This one is another one that will also go right into leca. So I'm very happy with this order. I'm very pleased, like I said, other than the fact that I was missing 5 Hoyas. Again, I've never had an issue getting my money back from them, so although this does happen a lot when I do order from them, I still can 100% confidently recommend importing from this company, at least when it's not too hot or not too cold, because those are the only times that I've had dead plants come through, and that was only, I think, 2 times that happened out of, you know, the many orders that I have placed with this company. I hope you got to see a lot of really neat Hoyas that you either didn't know existed, or you maybe saw once or twice but kind of forgot about or didn't recognize. There's definitely a lot of really unique Hoyas that I have here as well as on their website, so definitely check them out, even if it's just to see, you know, some of the Hoyas that they have to kind of broaden your Hoya vocabulary, I guess. Thank you for joining me in another video, another unboxing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like the content I provide. Leave this video a like, give me a comment. I love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for all of the support, and see you next time. Every plant's a princess. Bye.